All right, man. Let's talk about the thing that I care about the most: NBA trade deadline.
Yeah,
we're gonna get into some Jacksonville news, but man, what about that Luka trade?
Crazy. Absolutely. You know,
I woke up to it. So my birthday was Saturday, and then Sunday morning, I'm like waking up to like late texts from people wishing me happy birthday. Then in the midst of all these texts, I get the update that Luka Doncic was traded for Anthony Davis. I'm like, what? This can't be. This is like 100%
I literally thought it was
fake
a joke.
news.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think that after reading the stories that are coming out of him being, not able to stay in the best of health conditioning, it's still hard to see someone giving up a potential generational talent for what they got in return.
Yeah. But it's interesting though, because when you look at the sport of basketball and, there is a developmental side to things. And I think Golden State is probably the best team to develop players that come in. But, this has been an ongoing issue for Luka for years. It's like the Zion, unable to stay healthy, unable to commit to health, because there is an idea of, man, I have the potential. I am a star. But sometimes like stardom is just not enough to get you over the hump. Because that team, obviously, he would have signed up, a max deal. Now he can't get it. But that team would have probably broke the bank to keep him if he was actually making a difference. But instead, he became a hindrance, not necessarily because he didn't have potential or greatness. It's because of indiscipline, which that can speak to anybody anytime, at any moment.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, they're trying to cast a negative, cloud on him. But if you look at his numbers, in addition to the 5 All-NBA in a row at only 25 years old, he was like first team All-NBA.
For sure.
Going back to when he was 20 years old. He came into the NBA at 18. But he has led them to the Western Conference Finals. Yeah. He's led them to the finals.
That's spanked. But
yeah, so if you think about that, to like give that up at 25 years old, he's not even in his prime yet. That speaks to, there's stuff going on that is not being released of for them to give up on him like the way they did.
Yeah.
Well, so I wonder, what is he actually going to do now in LA? Because you're already putting him next to, LaFlop, the quote unquote, the self-given superstar that doesn't like that's ruined just about any superstar he's played against on a team because he's not a team player. Now you're taking this guy with talent that, could he be developed and whatever, and you're putting him next to LeBron. I think that's a flop on its own, because he's not going to get the development. He's not even, he's going to have to compete. Two superstars trying to take it on their own. So I don't know how well he's going to do in LA. I think it's a horrible move for him. Yeah. And unless there was some crazy stuff going on the back end where they needed to get rid of him, I think that's just a horrible trade all the way around.
I think LeBron is going to transition within the next 2 to 3 years, and I think Luka being the face of the Lakers could be a good move potentially in the future. But my thing is, when you put superstars that have only thing LeBron does play more defense than Luka does, but they're very both ball dominant guards. You know what I mean? And so they need the ball in hand to distribute. And we know, even as the height difference, he's probably is better at small forward or power forward. But when LeBron has the ball, he distributes very well. He's a great passer, great assist. But the same thing with Luka. And so now is Luka the guy that just, pop and shoot guy? Like, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that they have to work out, which the Clippers tried to do a few years ago with Kawhi and all those guys, crash and burn.
Yeah,
so
it didn't work. The thing is, I've been watching a little bit of the Lakers and their offense, and I would say JJ Redick is actually putting LeBron in situations where he doesn't have the ball more. I mean, he does control the ball the majority of the game, but it's 100% going to be Luka with the ball in his hands.
Yeah,
if they don't do that, then they just wasted their future.
100%.
It's going to regress them. So if LeBron continues to play off ball more, like doing it more so, you can't play 94 feet at 40 years old. Yeah. Right? It doesn't make sense to feel like you got to be the primary ball handler, bring it up, because it just takes so much energy. Yeah. So if he just plays in between, the 3-point lines or the foul lines, instead of trying to play all of 94 feet, trying to control the ball and run all the sets, I think there's a possibility that it could work, but I'm leaning towards this is going to be a huge flop. So I'm with Wes on that.
Yeah. Well, it will work if that's the way the NBA has it scripted. Right, because the NBA they went the way of WWE, right?
Oh my goodness!
Right, it's partially scripted, it's partially real, and what they want to happen, right? Where are they going to drive the most revenue from? So they got to create some controversy, got to create some stuff that doesn't make sense for anybody else, right? Even the experts that do nothing but follow basketball all day long, every day of their life, are like, what is this?
Yeah,
this
makes no sense. Everybody was confused.
So it's the cliffhanger in the script. That's all it is.
We'll see how it's scripted out. But man, by golly, this is a football town. We got the Super Bowl coming up. Man, we should be talking about the Super Bowl.
Talking about scripts.
Our owner, Shad Khan, making some waves.
Yes, for sure.
Unintended in New Orleans, docking his super yacht. Seems to be the talk of the town. At least it was a few days ago. Have you guys seen the story, the news about the Kismet?
Of course. Well, we had it parked out here right in front of our office for a couple months while he was here, hobnobbing, playing around, and then he pulls into New Orleans, and apparently nobody's seen a yacht before in New Orleans because everybody's going crazy. But hey, he's got to make his big waves. He's like the top. He's in the top 100 richest people in the world.
He's in the top 100.
Yeah, wow. Pretty sure. Wow. We'll get some facts on that so we don't get fact checked, but I'm pretty sure he's way up there.
Yeah,
it's a $450 million yacht. That's a couple of years old. He got a new one from his old one, the old Kismet. It's impressive. I mean, I walked by it, checked it out. I mean, it's freaking sick. I'll be honest.
There's a pickleball court in there. I'm like, basketball court. I'm like, geez.
He's good at business. We'll see how he does with the Jaguars. There's every week is some good Jaguars news going on.
He just made some headlines. He brought back Jaguar legend Tony Boselli, the first ever draft pick, #2 overall. The legend himself, Tony Boselli, is back. Executive vice president. He's basically going to be Shad's right-hand man of I guess for the search for the next general manager. What do you guys think of that move?
I mean, one, phenomenal for our city. You know what I'm saying? We get somebody that the city knows.
It'll be good for the fan base.
100%. But he also loves the city. Like, it's not like he's, you know what I mean? He's just coming for a money move. I think he'll be able to handle the operations, the football operations very well. And I think, and he's also not like ancient. He's not like this 80-year-old guy. So he has, spring the step. So I also think he wants to make a big wave. So I think he's gonna be swinging for the fences. I do believe so. Yeah.
When you follow what he's done since football, he went all in on business. He went all in on learning how to do business. And I think that's a good blend, because Khan obviously knows how to make money, but he doesn't know football.
For sure.
That just shows in what's happened in the last few years. So to bring in someone who can kind of understand the business mind of Khan, but understand the game, I think that has a lot of potential to be extremely positive.
We'll see what happens. They still got to get a GM. They still haven't been able to lock that in place yet. They did get a defensive guy. Another young guy. In coaching. So maybe that'll play into some decent things for the Jaguars. Just a lot of new young blood, new energy. I think that's it in period though. Do I have a take either way on Boselli? No. I mean, I think he's good for the franchise. People love him. He should be good for the fans. But that whole organization needs just fresh blood, not old, tired, anything. So hopefully he brings in the right attitude. I guess we'll see what this GM, whoever they pick comes in. I saw a lot of good and bad posts. Some people love it, some people hate the move. But some people call him to be the GM. That would have been absolutely atrocious. But maybe in the position that he's in, handling the things that he does, I think maybe it's a good move.
I don't think he wanted the GM position.
No,
no. But let's talk about the move that you mentioned already, the DC defensive coordinator. So they got Anthony Campanile from Green Bay. He wasn't the coordinator, but he was a linebacker and the run game coordinator on defense. They had the best in the league run defense, like less than 100 yards per game. The guy's been solid, but he's never had, aside from the head coach, offensive, defensive coordinators, they're the next executive level on how the team performs. What do you guys think of that move?
Listen, I actually didn't know much of him until I was listening to some of his press conferences and his speeches to the team. Bro, he's like Dan Campbell's little brother, in terms of his aggression, and which it's good because, man, Jacksonville needs men that are going to lead men, and he is a leader of men. Like he is in his post, strong, and man, it seemed very ferocious. I mean, I believe our defense. He's going to bring the best out of our defense, 100%.
So he's the antithesis of our new head coach,
yeah,
who does not seem to have that same level of dog in him. Man, I was watching one of my favorite commentators, the guy who was played. What's his guy's name from the Colts, the former kicker, Pat McAfee.
Okay, yeah.
Pat McAfee was roasting Liam Brown. Oh my goodness, roasting him. I felt so bad. I'm like, oh, but it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. But I don't know. Maybe he is a dog, behind the scenes.
I know his Duval did get better. I'll be honest. We worked on that last week. That was
his PR team definitely
helped him work on that a little bit.
They did. For sure.
All right, so let's make some early Super Bowl winner predictions.
Oh, we're going at it right
away. The loser needs to shave their head or something like that.
I got that covered.
Closest combined scores.
Okay.
Who pick the winner? So you get a point for the winner, and then you get a point for closest combined score.
Okay. I'll go Chiefs 34-27. I hate the Eagles, just to state it.
Yeah. Chiefs 31-28.
All right, Will, because it's scripted, so you probably already know the outcome.
Yeah, I'm gonna
with a couple bad play calls from the refs, helping out the Chiefs.
I'm gonna go Eagles 23-17.
Oh,
low scoring.
Yeah,
low scoring.
No way.
Not happening.
That's where I'm going.
Okay,
that's where I'm going.
Eagles.
All right, I'm going
all defense.
Well, I'm going to give you my prediction. I'll tell you why. I'm going Chiefs. 100%. They're going to win. 99.9%.
Yeah.
And they are going to win 42-21.
Okay.
And the reason why they're going to win is because Coach Reed said he's going to coach one more year, at least one more year.
After this,
okay. Kelsey's going to play one more year, and they're going to run 4 in a row. Run the tables 4 in a row. So they're going to win this year and they're going to win next year. All right. So I'm going to get, I get bonus points for that tradition.
Wow, that's cool.
All right. So let's get serious. What the winner gets something. Everyone, because it's hard to pick the losers.
Yeah, it is hard to pick.
So, because 3 people are going to lose. So the winner, you got give them like $1 or something.
No, the winner, we have to take the winner to Calford for an a la carte meal.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, I like Calford. I can't wait for you guys to take me there.
So you went Calford. The CEO went $1.
All right. Next week we'll figure out who actually was the fortune teller of the Super Bowl.